bridges or the fish can't
Didn't make it up.
Neither? Oh, that's a shame.
Didn't make it up there. The weather and the traffic was terrible here. Trying to beat 80,000 people out of town and get back is not, it's a little tough.
So I guess, do you think Etwan will be able to go tonight?
Probably won't. Well, no, it's not probably. He won't go tonight. So.
Any idea what you're gonna do with the starting lineup now that he's out?
More than likely, we'll put Wesley Johnson back in the starting lineup. So we'll see. But that's probably where I'm leaning right now.
And,
What's Frank's status for the game?
I think he's going to play. I think he's okay. I mean, it's still soreness there, so we'll have to see. But I think he's going to be active tonight. Yes.
Solo has been playing more lately. Obviously, the last few games, it seemed like he's been making some really good hustle plays. Is that part of what you like about what he's done on the court lately?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's getting back and he's playing with more confidence. The more minutes he's out there, and he's done a good job. And I think he's done everything that we've asked him to do. So that's why you get to play more minutes, really.
And what do you think the most important thing you guys have to replace with Etwan now? What are you missing now that he's going to be out tonight?
Well, he's been a good scorer for us, and he's done a lot of things as far as creating situations where he can get in the paint and make baskets or create shots for other people. So, someone will have to pick up the slack there, and he's been just solid. He's been a good, solid player for us. So, someone's going to have to, take on that role again for him.
And Kemba's obviously having a great season. What do you guys have to do to kind of slow him down?
We have to slow him down. That's easier said than done. I think he's, I've always thought he was a really underrated player. I really have, because I think the one thing he can do, he's one of those small guys that can flat out score the basketball, and not just on shots. I think as far as getting the ball to the basket and creating contact and getting to the foul line, and he does that even on the elite shot blockers in this league. So. He's an unbelievable competitor. You can go all the way back to his college days. I mean, he single-handedly really willed the, UConn to a championship. I mean, I think they were the 8th seed in the tournament, if I'm not mistaken, in their conference tournament. And I think he just willed them to a championship. So, he's a fierce competitor, and he's a terrific scorer and great teammate. So, it's a challenge for us. Doesn't matter who we have guarding him, it's going to be a challenge.
Hey, Alvin, you may not have seen them enough to really have an opinion on this, but I'm curious if anything strikes you about as different from the way they play now versus with JB is the way that they played with Cliff.
I think they play much faster, and I think they play more in the open court, and I think he allows guys to, create situations and make plays. They're not as structured, I think, as they used to be. And it's just different coaching styles. I think he feels like playing open and playing fast is the way to go, and they've been pretty successful doing it.
He said something interesting the other day about that. He's been moving some people around because he doesn't really feel like the players have hashed themselves out as far as a rotation. And I thought it was interesting when I asked him about that in general, and he said, "I don't want to play reactive basketball." He said, "I'm willing to take some chances." He said, "If that means playing a little small to get some scoring on the floor, whatever." He said, I don't want to get into the habit as a young coach of constantly reacting to what the other team does."
I think that's a good way to approach it. I mean, the strength of your team may not match up against their team, but, I think when you play that way, I think you feel like you want to have your best players on the floor. And it doesn't matter if it's a small team, large team, 3 big guys, 4 small guys. I just think you got to try to get your best players on the floor. And being a guy that has been around Pop, and have learned from Pop, I'm sure that's one of the things that he thinks about is that I don't want to react to what some team is doing. I want to play to my strength. And I think he's going to be, he's already a really good coach, but he's going to be a really good coach in this league because I think he's got a great background.
And going back to Kemba, do you think Drew kind of looks forward to these matchups when he gets to go against some of the higher score guys in the league?
I think you just play every night. I don't think there's anything you look forward to. that's like saying, you know, the defensive back looked forward to playing against Drew. You know, I don't know. I mean, you know, Breeze, I don't know if that's the case either. But, you know, you accept the challenge and you go out and you do the very best you can. All right.
Thank you.
Coach.
All right.